Okay, so basically, this is a strategy that I came up with the other day when I was procrastinating homework. I made a. This is like the updated version with Ant's input on the video that him and I talked about basically, and this is this is like a little Kings Row A kind of strat that is I think will be pretty cool for catching our opponents with their pants down. Um, and basically it's revolved around the Ana biotic grenade, and it's just around landing a nice fat nade, a good old fat nade onto their team. Um, and so basically we're just going to come out with goats with an Ana instead of a Zen, and we're going to come up here. And this is, of course, assuming that they have a standard goats defense, um, which lots of teams do. And typically you fight like right around here, but we're really not going to do that. We are going to rotate around statue, and we will amp speed around. We're going to amp speed like around here, and we're going to get across here as quickly as we can. And at this point, we're going to use our bubbles to get our Zarya some charge, and we I think we're totally fine using some cooldowns here because the goal is to just get across here, like you can see. Just rotate into here. I'm just going to call this Mega because there's a Mega health pack right here. I'm not entirely sure what this is called. Um, but basically we amp speed through here, and we defense matrix our supports as we're going over there so that nobody dies, of course. Um, and we get in here, and basically we drop off Ana. So our Ana just kind of plays like on the staircase here. Now, the rest of us, originally I was going to say that the Ana stays here and the rest of the team goes up the stairs, and we come over here and we drop down and we engage them, and we throw the nade then. But Ant said that it would be a better idea if we went all the way around and came over here and took a fight here, because they would all be looking that direction as opposed to them, like they would be looking, or this is the thing. Basically, I'm assuming the reason that he likes this way better is because they'll be looking this direction, whereas in my original thing, they would be looking this direction. So they would have much better vision up to over here. Whereas, of course, if they're looking this direction, they would have to basically turn around to see Ana when she's up here. So basically we're going to go over there, and Ana is just going to stay in this area, and they're going to come over here. Now, our Zarya is probably maybe like 50 charge or something here, but she'll have 100 charge by the time we engage, don't worry. Uh, Basically, we're going to need Spooky to remain here, low on the staircase. Like probably not even here, probably more like down here, because we can't have our Ana get scouted. Um, I highly doubt that any of the teams that we're going up against are going to be smart enough to like send their diva up here or send their Lucio up here or anything like that to see like, oh yeah, there's a fucking Ana hiding in the staircase, guys. I know that, right? Like they're probably not going to do that. Um, if anything, they're probably going to look through here as we're going this way, just to see where we are, where we're going, and stuff like that. And then they're going to see that we're going up here and we're likely going around here, and they're going to rotate their supports as such. So they'll probably have their basically they'll see Or hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. So they'll watch us right here. Somebody will see this, and uh, they'll say, okay, they're running that way, and then they'll rotate their supports over here, and then they will play over here. I don't know why I have Ryan like that, but they'll probably, they'll have their people like up here, or whatever the fuck. Um, and they'll be basically just waiting for us to push them, and then okay, whatever. Right here. So this is like a big thing to note, I think, is that it's important that we have Silent fly up on Diva in through this window, right? So that he can call like where they're positioned. We don't really care where the supports are. We just care that um, we just need to know that their tanks or whoever the fuck aren't being retards or anything and like trying to like come through here or trying to come through here or like any weird shit, right? Also, if Spooky does get scouted, we're gonna need him to call that out, of course. And I mean, if he does get scouted, then we're fucked. But like, we're just fucked. But he's probably not going to get scouted. I just highly doubt it. And I think this will be a really cool thing to experiment with in scrims. And if we succeed with this in scrims, then we should totally whip it out in a match. I don't know if we should go with it for like a typical match. I honestly think that if this is an effective strategy in scrims, that we should 100% use this in playoffs, and this shouldn't be a strat that we reveal until then. That's my opinion. Because if this is a good strat, then we don't want to waste it in fucking regular matches because we're gonna make playoffs. I mean, I'm sorry, but like we're just a good team. We're gonna. I mean, that's just how it is. So But basically, Silent's going to come up here. He's going to tell us generally where they're positioned. More so, like, where they're not positioned. Because this is, like, a pretty predictable rotation. I don't know why they wouldn't rotate over here. Um, but if they decide to do any dumb shit, we're definitely going to need Silent to be there calling it out. So then we come over here. This is a bit scuffed. Obviously, this is a wall. You can't go through that. But basically, you're just going to come around this corner. And then we're going to take a fight here. Now, basically, Silent's going to drop down, and we're going to do this. So, this is likely where they'll position. We'll be playing around this. Oh, sorry. We'll be playing around this corner, basically. We might have to fight around this area, which means that we will be like here because they might just push us, right? And then they will be here, regardless of where the hell it is. Oh Lord, that's a lot of people. Okay. Regardless of where they decide to fight, it really doesn't matter. All that matters is that we're going to be using our cooldowns first. Now, Cheesy needs to have his cooldown, his repair pack cooldown off cooldown, and Zan is basically just going to bubble Ryan aggressively, and we're just going to use it and just basically just to get their bubbles out. So we're going to bubble aggressively, give Ryan the bubble, engage onto the Reinhardt, and obviously support him with the armor pack and those kinds of things. And then after their bubbles are off, we're going to call their cooldowns, and Spooky, basically as Spooky hears that they've used both of their bubbles, it's important that they use like both of them because the bubbles are just so fucking big that they're going to block. I mean, first of all, if it's not there, then we they can, if they haven't used a bubble, they can use the bubbles to purge the anti-nade, which is really bad for us. And if they are, even even if they don't use it for that, which would probably be a bad idea on their part, um, the bubble will, like, the gigantic hitbox of the bubble will probably interrupt the anti-nade in some way. Um, so the bubbles are going to, if they aren't on cooldown, the bubbles are going to disrupt the amount of people that we can get in this anti-nade. But like I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be the fattest nade of Spooky's life. And basically, you're just gonna try to target the Rhine and or somebody who is near the Rhine, and you're just gonna throw it onto them. And this should hit like a solid three people, I think. And you just hard engage onto the Rhine and the Brig and the Zarya, and they're just fucking dead. And this is, I think, if we can just get the callouts down and the timing, that this is just going to absolutely destroy teams. Um, and yeah, I think I went over everything. I hope that I did. Uh, Silent drops down as we engage with bubbles. Defense Matrix Ryan, of course. Um, that's not what I want to do. Spooky. Okay, so basically, Spooky walks up the stairs as we engage, and don't heal anybody or like any shit like that. Just wait for wait for the bubbles. It's honestly probably better that you actually just watch the bubbles yourself, and then as you see the bubbles get either burned or like the 2 seconds of the bubble being active expires, then you just throw the nade, right? Um, so like as we're engaging, walk up the stairs. And that's about it.